Hi, welcome to our Pharma Topics channel, which aims at simplifying the pharmacy subjects and allied health sciences subjects. Let us see about anti-cancer drugs such as alkylating agents, which are important and widely used anti-cancer drugs. Before knowing about the alkylating agents, please listen to the previous video about the cancer, the terms used, and the adverse effects of the cancer chemotherapy in the part 1 video. Then you come for this. The alkylating agents, what they do, they attach the alkyl group to the different parts of the DNA. Everyone knows there are two strands in the DNA. Actually, the attachment happens, alkyl group attaches or donates at the N7 of guanine or O6 of the guanine. The attachment, the cross-linking may happen in the same strand, that is intra-strand cross-links, or it may happen in the between the two strands, that is inter-strand cross-links. When this happens, the DNA may break, or during cell division the DNA has to unwind, that is affected by the alkylating agents. So when the N7 of guanine is alkylated, it becomes abnormal DNA or a damaged DNA that has two pathways, which is checked by the checkpoints, cell gate checkpoints. So there are possibilities. The damage is sensed by the checkpoints, which activates the apoptosis or the death pathway of the cancerous cell. So the tumor cell may die. Sometimes, if it is unable to activate the apoptotic pathway, it leads to secondary cancer called secondary leukemia. So if the alkylating agents donate alkyl group both the sides, then it is called bifunctional alkylation. Cyclophosphamide, Ifosphamide, Chlorambucil, Mephalan, Bendamustine, Busulfan, nitrosoureas and platinum compounds, they donate alkyl group at both the ends. So they are called bifunctional alkylating agents. And some drugs, they donate only methyl group, only single alkylation happens. That's called monofunctional alkylation. These drugs are procarbazine, dacarbazine and temozolomide. So first let us see about bifunctional alkylating agents. The important drug is cyclophosphamide. Actually, cyclophosphamide is converted to 4-hydroxy cyclophosphamide. It may be converted to inactive metabolites and get eliminated by the kidneys before metabolism in the liver. The active metabolite is aldophosphamide of the 4-hydroxy cyclophosphamide is converted to aldophosphamide. That is a phosphoramide mustard that does the alkylation, that exerts the anti-cancer effect. The aldophosphamide may get converted to a toxic metabolite called acrolein, which is highly toxic to the urinary bladder, causes hemorrhagic cystitis. And the antidote is the injection of mercaptoethyl sulfonate. The another pathway of 4-hydroxycyclophosphamide is it may get converted to a metabolite called chloroacetaldehyde that exerts neurotoxicity and nephrotoxicity. Mesna cannot address this toxic effects. So it is used, cyclophosphamide has multiple uses. It is used in solid and hematological malignancies, breast, ovarian, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and Ifosphamide is used in sarcoma and testicular cancer. The next drug is a Meclorethamine. It is a highly vesicant drug. When it spills on our skin, it causes blisters. So Cisplatin is also a highly vesicant drug. When it spills, it causes extravasation. The antidote for this is sodium thiosulfate. Meclorethamine is used in Hodgkin's lymphoma, cutaneous T-cell lymphoma, and chronic lymphocytic leukemia. The next drug is nitrosoureas, and they are carmustine and lomustine. The active metabolite is chloroethyl carbocation or vinyl carbocation, which alkylates the guanine of the cancerous DNA, causing cross-linking, and that exerts the anti-cancer effect. It is used in, since it is lipophilic, used in brain cancer such as gliomas, then skin cancer, multiple myeloma, and lymphomas. The adverse effects are, since it crosses the blood-brain barrier, it causes neurotoxicity. The other toxicities are pulmonary fibrosis and renal toxicity. The next drug is Mephalan. It is used in skin cancer, multiple myeloma. Chlorambucil, Bendamustine. It is used in chronic lymphocytic leukemia. Busulfan. It is used in chronic myeloid leukemia. It is also exerting pulmonary fibrosis as adverse effect, which is very important, very similar to nitrosoureas. Let us see about monofunctional alkylating agents. First drug is procarbazine. It gets oxidized to azoprocarbazine, which is metabolized in the liver by two enzymes, CYP1A and CYP2B, to methyl hydrazine and then methyl diazine, which is a methyl carbocation, donating the methyl group to the DNA of the cancerous cell. It may donate the alkyl group at O6N7 or C8 of the DNA of the cancerous cell, and it cross links, which leads to apoptosis of the cancerous cell. It is used in Hodgkin's lymphoma and gliomas. The important adverse effect is, since there is single alkylation, there are more chances for mutagenicity and secondary cancer. The next drug is dacarbazine, which is also getting converted to methyl carbocation, and it alkylates the guanine of the DNA of the cancer cell, used in Hodgkin's lymphoma, soft tissue sarcoma, and melanoma. And the next drug is temozolomide. By non-enzymatic hydrolysis, does not need any activation. It is getting converted to methyl carbocation. They alkylate the DNA and causes crosslinks. It is used in malignant gliomas, and there is more chances for mutagenicity. The next important drugs are organoplatinum compounds, cisplatin, oxaliplatin, and carboplatin. Actually, these they donate the platinum group, but they have similar mechanism with alkylating agents, so they are studied under or grouped under alkylating agents. Organoplatinum complexes, they get converted to monoaquo or diaquo forms, and they cause attach the platinum group and cause cross-linking in the DNA. That is cross-linking between guanine and adenine of the cancerous DNA. It has multiple uses: testicular cancer, ovarian cancer, bladder cancer, esophageal cancer, gastric, breast, and head and neck cancer. It's a radiosensitizer, and because it increases the adverse effects of radiation, so it should be used cautiously when the patient will be undergoing radiotherapy for treatment of cancer. The important adverse effects are, it is highly nephrotoxic. Amifostine is the antidote used to reduce the toxicity of cisplatin, and it causes neurotoxicity and peripheral neuropathy, and causes ototoxicity, and it causes it reacts with the aluminum metal. So aluminum needles should be avoided with the when they use the cisplatin or carboplatin or oxaliplatin. Apart from this, it is a highly emetic drug. That is also one of the adverse effect of platinum compounds. How the alkylating agents become resistant? Before seeing this, kindly refer part 1 video, how the anti-cancer drugs have resistance, which is overcome by the cancer cell. That you refer with the part 1 video of the cancer chemotherapy. So the first chance is decreasing permeability of the drugs. The drugs will not enter into the cancer cell. It happens for Meclorethamine and Mephalan. The next is increased detoxification mechanisms. The cancerous cell may synthesize more of glutathione, that causes elimination of the drug. The next is increased because these drugs they do DNA damage that could be rectified by the methyl guanine methyl transferase enzyme when it is expressed by the cancerous cells. The next is increased metabolic degradation by synthesizing some enzymes. Example, aldehyde dehydrogenase degrades cyclophosphamide and Ifosphamide. Next is the cell may not go for apoptosis because of the mismatch repair proteins that is not addressed by the apoptotic pathways. The next is overexpression of BCL2. That is a protein which prevents the apoptosis of the cancer cells. The next is emergence of secondary cancer due to this. Example, acute myeloid leukemia. After treatment stopped, after 4 years also this cancer may get expressed. This is the mechanism of resistance to alkylating agents. So this is a short nutshell information of the cancer chemotherapy with alkylating agents. I hope it will be useful for the people who read this, and thank you for listening. Kindly share this to more of your friends. Kindly share, subscribe to our Pharma Topics channel and encourage us to put more videos for your subjects. Thank you.